At Full Mile Circus, we're playing a game called Rainswept, as you can see, by Frostwood Interactive. It's available on itch for free. And it's a detective story. I know nothing about it. This is the start. Okay, so it's sort of a detective tale that has that goes on from the obvious, apparently. But we'll see. Wow. Lovely. Great cinematography. Having a quick fag. Rainswept. Lovely intro. How about that? I like the style straight away. Sort of simple, yeah, sort of cell shaded. I love this sort of thing. I love the way it's shot. This is just after the guy shot himself in the window. Okay, press E on keyboard or A on controller, no on keyboard. Alright, I'm here. Is this me? Yeah, that's me. Smoking my fag. Time to this is all about. We're off. So it's the crime scene of what happened last night. Okay, action, interact. Shift and run. Inventory, talk, use, look. Got the house. Okay. We'll work it out, I'm sure. Yeah, there he walks. Let's go. Let's bust this thing wide open. Terrible. Are these people in the crowds? Look at the umbrellas. That's a terrible, terrible business, all this. Ha, this was only a matter of time. Everyone knows that. Oh, really? Oh, really? Why? I know. Still, they were so young. Young and stupid, you know. The stories I've heard. Ooh, my detective ears are perking up. I guess you're right. It was just a matter of time. Look at him. He's just standing, listening to the crowd. What? It was just a matter of time. Oh, really? Really coming downstairs, we should get back home. A few more minutes, I want to see what happens. Nothing's going to happen. I'm going to catch a cold, that's all. Yeah, very interesting. So, people seem to think this was possibly on the cards. How do I do that? That's the way aside. Okay. Wonder why Chief sent me all this way to Pineview for this case. Only one way to find out. Okay. Again. That's the way. So, maybe we should take a look around out here before heading out. Okay, right. Look at that window. Look at that policeman. Now what's he up to? What is he up to? An open window. Interesting. Has someone opened the window? Okay, what's he up to? I want to know. What's he up to? Ask him. Well, ask him then. Okay, onwards. Martin, please. I need to back away a little. I don't know, like I was adopting it. It's like the Australian accent there. I'm loving this already. I'm in. I'm RPing all the way in. What do I push? Hey, what happened here? A murder, Johnny. Get under the umbrella. Okay, these are the sort of townspeople. There's a vicar there. Granny, I want to leave. Can I go back to the shop? Okay. See this coming a mile away. There it is again. Mom, please. Granny, please. Alright, Johnny. Alright, Johnny, let's go. There's no point standing here now. I don't think I should give her. She's off. They're off. I knew this would happen. We should have done something. It's very convenient everyone's saying this in front of me, isn't it, actually? There's nothing we could have done. Chris is responsible, I'm so sure. It's hard to disagree, but let's not speculate. Right, everyone's telling me. Detective Anderson, right? Chief is inside. They've been waiting for you. You won't let me in. Tell the crowd to back away. Okay. You need to push the crowd further from the scene, officer. What? You'll have to speak up. I can't hear you over the crowd. Excuse me. Handle them. There could be evidence here. Oh yes, I'm trying, Katie. Hey, Williams. What the hell are you doing? I'm trying to prop up this tape so it won't stay. Oh yeah. We'll get some sticks and drive from there. Yes, sir, Richard. I'm Corporal Richard. Richard's on leave. Do it yourself. Goodness. Sorry, Detective. Thing is, we're short of manpower here. We weren't prepared for this kind of thing. First time in decades. Murder comes to small town. Send me in. And to top it off, this rain out of nowhere. Just get the crowd under control. I'm heading inside. Yes, Detective, don't worry. Richard, I mean Williams. Okay, can I go any further across? And just go for a break. Maybe a cup of coffee and a donut? No donuts. I speak to him. Is there any more? Now let's go to, yeah. Okay, we might progressed onto not being over yet. Okay, so that's the way inside. Exactly. I'm going to choose something. How do I go up there? Yes. Yes, go in. Which is which? Does that go in? Oh no. Yeah. Let's go in. My fag's getting wet. Okay, alright, we're inside. Whoa, murder scene. Okay, so what we saw was a guy shooting himself in the head. Looks like he did it after murdering his wife. Oh my god. This is ace. This is ace. That's the sheriff, so I should talk to him first. Look at the sheriff. Okay, I'm off. Get it. God damn. It's a goddamn shame. Not very professional. I hope they know what they're doing. Yeah. Don't look that professional, do it. Did I miss any question marks? No. That one staring guy at us. Wow, okay. What? I'm here. Huh? Oh, what? What's happened to him? Detective, are you okay? I think so, yeah. Guess I'm just a little tired after the long drive here. What, mate? You just had some sort of episode. What are you on about? You need to go get your head scanned. Detective Anderson, right? The head office. Hell of an impression. I just turn up and collapse at their feet. Head office called in to say that you'll be joining us here for this investigation. I'm Sheriff Harris, and this is Lieutenant Watt. Hi, Watt. We appreciate the department sending help, but I don't think we'll need it. It's an open and shut case, right? That's what everyone's telling me. This case is ready to be wrapped up. So what did the chief send me then? What do we have here? The victims here, Christopher Green, aged 26, died from a bullet wound to the head. Looks self-inflicted. And Diane Miller, aged 24, single bullet wound through the chest. The victims lived together, were unmarried. Okay. Any signs of an intruder? Any signs of intruder? No signs of forced entry. The door was locked from the inside when we arrived. An officer climbed through the open window here to open the door. There are no footprints outside that window. Except the officers. Right? He was careful. No signs of a struggle or marks on the body either. So, yeah, He got through the window without leaving any footprints. Okay, no signs of a struggle or marks on the body either. Time of death. What was the time of death? Stab! According to the next door neighbour, a single gunshot was heard about quarter past midnight. Okay. We received the call about 20 past, and we were here in another 5 minutes, so they got here about 25 past. So they had a single shot. We found them dead upon arrival and confirmed the timing. They had a single shot. Could you just say that again? A single gunshot. So straight away there was 2 gunshots, yeah? Yeah, okay. The weapon. What do we know about the weapon? Both shots were fired from a M1911A1 .45 caliber pistol. There it is, Exhibit A. Ballistic reports will let us know more. Okay. Any witnesses? Anyone involved here? I'm totally involved. Just the next door neighbour, who claims to have heard a single gunshot. We can interview him shortly. Let's do that. Can we beat him up a little bit? Just to get a little more info from him. Honestly speaking, detective, we think it's pretty obvious what's taken place here. Do you? What? What do you mean? They had a reputation. They weren't exactly a happy couple. The whole town knows this. Yes. Diana was shot at point-blank range with Chris's gun, probably by Chris. That's what everyone wants to say. He then went and shot himself, as the wound is clearly self-inflicted. So you see, sending you here unnecessarily complicates things. They don't like me. I'm not going to question their abilities. It's obviously a case of murder-suicide detective. So everything's figured out already, huh? If that was sarcasm, I'll ignore it, but yes, more or less. What doesn't like me? Okay, what? Are you suggesting there's domestic violence involved? It would seem so. It was never reported, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. So, rumours. You may call it that, but where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not sure about, and they were never really able to fit in this town. They were new here, moved in about 6 months ago. You don't shoot yourselves, you just move. Never got out much, didn't make any friends. We don't need to analyse the obvious detective. He wants it all wrapped up. I think it was what? Case closed. That would only be inefficient, I like him. Officer Blunt will assist you through the course of your work here. Hello, detective. Hi, Blunt. Oh, one more thing. We're looking to wrap this case up quickly and cleanly. We don't want to drag it if it can be helped. Okay, small town murder. Everyone wants it swept under the carpet, yeah? Important festival in around a week's time. So this is bad timing. Wow, I am sorry. So there's no need to go around complicating things, alright? Just get me a story that works and we can close this case quickly. I'll give that a shot. Yeah, alright. Yeah, it was a bit ambiguous, that answer, wasn't it? Yeah. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Okay then. Anyway. Have a look around the room if you like. Come talk to me when you're done. Sure what? Sure what? What are you doing planning your next murder? Let's have a look. We can look at the bodies now. What's this? There we go, here's the magic. We've got the magic moment. Music going on. It's signed Chris 96. I did notice that. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing Chris built some of the furniture around his house. What was the date? But they said this is going on. So they've been here longer than the 6 months that they're saying. Let's talk to her. Hey, detective. Need any help? What's the plan? Have a look around the room. Once you're done, we'll talk to the lieutenant once, okay? Nice to meet you, by the way. Bullet wound to the head. Skull is so badly damaged, most of the side has been blown off. Alright. I've just eaten a donut. His body position and weight would indicate that he was sitting sideways on the chair, facing where Diana's body is now. The angle of the shot indicates that he was shot from the side. If someone shot him, they were standing in front of the refrigerator. That includes the... He could have been shot through that window. At the moment it's shut. Let's go check the fingerprints and footsteps outside. Can someone have come and entered and left through here? Well, we should have the fingerprint results in a couple of days, detectives. Don't forget, there aren't any footprints outside. If someone shot him from outside, then Chris would sat facing the refrigerator. That would make sense. That way the killer wouldn't need to enter the house. But in that case, who shot Diane? Examine hand. Whose hand? Gunpowder residue on his right hand. Looks like he shot the pistol. I have to disagree with Lieutenant there. Here, this is strong evidence that for the victim shooting himself. This was made to look that way. We've got our suspicions. What? We've got suspicions. Okay. Oh. Not very professional. I don't know what they're doing. Are there three? 1, 2. Okay. Oh, gun on the floor. M911A A1 45 caliber pistol. As the lieutenant said, it looks pretty old. There's 4 rounds in the magazine. Gun can hold 7. 3 rounds have been fired from this gun at some point in time. 2 were fired last night, or was it 3? Or was the gun loaded with only 6 out of the possible 7 rounds? The gun belongs to Chris, according to Lieutenant Watts. Okay, let's assume Chris or Diane weren't the ones to use it. Is there anyone else that could have known where they kept the gun? In Pineview? I really doubt it. Remember, no signs of forced entry. Could it be someone they were comfortable with or trusted? So we're working on the basis straight away that this is a murder. No one I can think of. Okay. Any more on this? No. Gunshots in the stomach. The damage in the residue would suggest that the shot was taken at point blank range. That rules out the possibility of her being shot from the open window. She would have been in line of sight from the outside, but there's no mistaking it. He knows his stuff, this guy. The perpetrator wouldn't have to be inside the house to cause this kind of wound. Whether that was Chris or someone else, it's hard to say at the moment. It's interesting. So, the chair's not been moved. Looks like Chris was sitting alone when the murder happened. There's some wine. There's 2 glasses of wine there. Look, there's 2 glasses of wine made. So it looks like she was. Box of rounds. There's 17 here. 3 are missing. 2 were used during the murder. What about the 3rd? Okay, yeah. So I think that's it. Let's go talk to. What? Man, oh man, let's get a bit closer. Let's get a bit closer. I want to understand. I want to look into my eyes. Take a bit of this. Yeah. Yes, done. Right, let's have a chat with Mr. Willis outside. Who's Mr. Willis? And the rain has finally let up and the fags are back out. I like the way he maintains a constant fag per minute count where it's finally let up. He's going, ooh, coffee. I will have some coffee. Right, this is Mr. Willis. He lives right there next door. Hi, right. Have you got a gun? Yeah, I will have that. Yes, please. I definitely will have coffee. Any questions you have about last night? Okay, right, Mr. Willis. Could you tell me everything you saw or heard during last night's events? Well, let's see. I headed off to bed around 11 p.m. as I usually do after a glass of whiskey. Okay. Helps me sleep, you know. Yeah, we're not judging. Anyway, somewhere around 12:15, I'd say, I was woken up by a loud bang. I ran to the bedroom window that looked straight at their place. And what did you see? Nothing there. Kitchen lights were on, but that's about it. I went to me phone, and called Lieutenant Watts here straight away. Look at us all standing around having a cup of joe. He's got flip-flops on. Look at his flip-flops, his pyjamas. Lieutenant Watts. Ooh, how long did it take you to get to the window? Okay. Let's do the whole lot by the book once you heard the shot. About a couple of seconds, detective. No more than 5, I'd say. Okay. So there's a good chance after 5 seconds for any killer to get away from that window. There's a chance. It's dark. I nearly fell out of bed when I heard the shot, so you might say I was halfway there already. Is there anyone on the street at all? any sort of activity, anything unusual. No, detective, everything was exactly the same as always. You said you heard one gunshot. Yeah, the whiskey usually knocks me out pretty good, so if there'd be more, I didn't hear them. So if there'd been more, I didn't hear them. Move on to other questions. Do you live alone? Are you a fucking murderer? Yes, I do. I never got married. It's a long story. It's the problem, isn't it? It's the problem that you have with the dolls. One meant to be talked over a couple of whiskies. Know what I mean? Huh? I'm loving this game. Can anyone confirm your whereabouts? No, I was just at home. You see, am I a suspect? It's procedure, Mr. I know Mr. Willis. He's cool. Step out of it, Watts. Can we get close to him? I want to get eye to eye to him. God damn it, let me get eye to him. Get out of my jurisdiction, Watts. React to the unprofessionalism on display. I'm going to ignore and remain silent. I'm the strong, silent type. Did they have many visitors? Did Chris and Diane have many visitors, friends, etc.? No, not at all. Not at all, in fact. In all this time, I only maybe saw Jack coming over to fix their car, and Father Smith came over a couple of times when they moved in a year ago back. They said they'd only been here 6 months. A year back now. That's a bit flimsy. And Father Smith, we saw him at the crime scene. Now, we always know that they like to come back and stand at the crime scene. He was at the crime scene. Okay? Nah, people rarely ever visited them because they mostly kept to themselves. See, copper? Never had made any friends here, okay? But sometimes folks don't like those kind either. So I can't really say, know what I mean? No, please elaborate, that's it. You won't find anyone crying over their deaths here. Nobody really knew them, they never got out much. Any other information you'd like to share, Mr. Willis? I don't know if this is useful, but you might have heard about Chris and Diane. They looked pretty happy when they first moved in. Okay. More recently, though, I heard Diane crying a couple of times, usually late at night. See, the whiskey knocked me out early. We've ascertained that, so maybe that's why I never heard all this before. But a couple of times, I was up a little later. One night, about a month ago, I heard pretty bad things. There were some sounds, some loud sounds, like stuff being flung around and such. See? I heard someone crying. I was thinking to myself that maybe I should call the police, and then it quietened down all of a sudden. We never received any calls for domestic violence. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. But people have often talked of stories of this kind. You should have said something, mate. Standing there in your flip-flops, drinking your coffee. Can you remember when you heard this, Mr. Willis? You said about a month ago. Well, I was at late night writing an important letter. I think that must have been somewhere between the 1st to the 3rd last month. These dates are going to be important, and I won't remember them. 1st to the 3rd of September. All right. Anything else? No, that's all I know about this. Right, thanks for your help, Mr. Willis. We'll be in touch if you need anything else. No problem. And thanks for the coffee. Yeah, sleep tight, Mr. Willis. Okay. Now after a good start, I'm in. I'm sold. Keep the fags going. Well, I think that cleared up a lot of things. Did it? Did it? What did it clear up? It cleared up they have a few problems, but that's about it. I'm going to question that. It has. Oh, come on, detective. You're supposed to be good at these things, aren't you? Let me get face to face. I want to get eyeball to eyeball with him. God damn it. Mr. Willis didn't see anything outside the house after the gunshots. There were no signs of anyone forcing entry either. On top of that, considering how rough things were between the two of them, you heard what Mr. Willis said, right? There's the problem with the 2 shots at the moment. There's definitely that problem. That there's obviously 2 shots have taken place, but only one is visible. Only one has been heard, and that's a massive issue. We can't just say, right, case closed. That doesn't prove anything. I'd say we don't know the complete picture yet. The amount of information we have is a bit more diplomatic. We have as of now is very little. It's not the complete picture. Remember, I'm the outside cop. You need to dig deeper if you want to know the truth, and not just confirm our suspicions. Well, what was quick to take a pass on that neighbour, wasn't he? Well, what about the locked door, huh? How was it locked from the inside? Explain that. I checked the door. It locks itself from the inside when you pull it closed. Like a Yale lock sort of thing. regardless of whether you pull it from the outside or push it from the inside. Yeah, what? You have nothing to say about that? Sip your coffee in silence. I'm not saying that's what's happened. I'm saying there's no conclusive evidence yet. Well, fine, dig deep. I mean, it's only your job, what? I was perfectly capable of handling this case myself. Here it comes, here's the rub. But of course the head department had to complicate things. Just work with me, mate. Let's just work together. In any case, Sheriff Harris will probably want to wrap this up before the festival, so don't expect him to wait more than a week. This is going to be sewn up by lunchtime, Sam. I have to head to the station now. Officer escort Detective Anderson to his host. I don't. We're going to a bar, aren't we? Will do, sir. What? I don't go to the hotel. We go to the bar. We'll come back in the evening to search the house, letters, diaries, that sort of thing. Officer Blunt, all right. When can we expect the autopsy results? Day after tomorrow, according to the coroner, but I'll confirm and let you know. It's a bit icy in here, don't you think? I'm guessing there were more than 2 bullets shot last night. We should take another look around the kitchen to make sure. 3 bullets? I wondered about bullets in the wall, but all right. Okay, 3 bullets. Well, that'd be interesting. So that would mean immediately that neighbour is lying. That is actually the truth of it, isn't it? That neighbour is lying, unless that body of at least his wife was put there after she was shot. Maybe there'd be blood everywhere. All right. We're actually glad you're here, you know. Although the sheriff and Lieutenant Watts would rather not admit it, even to themselves. This is like the first murder here in the last 100 years or so. We have no idea how to deal with it. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright, I know what you mean. It's okay. I just joined the force a month back, for instance. She's going to be great, isn't she? And a murder already, I'm not sure if I'm ready. She's my Jodie Foster. I kind of knew then, you could say. I never known anyone that's been murdered before, you know. It's kind of weird, a bit sad. Yeah, definitely. I know as an officer I'm not supposed to feel that way, but you'll be fine, give it time. Small town cops, they're going to know everyone. Thanks, Detective, that means a lot. Where are we off to? The hotel. Tell me about Chris and Diane. What do you know about Chris and Diane? Well, not much. It's mostly what Mr. Willis said earlier. Nobody really knew them. They came in here, kept to themselves, and never bothered making friends. Everyone thought they were some kind of weirdos. Why? I admit I kind of agreed with that sentiment too. I feel bad about that now. Why weirdos? There's no reason to make assumptions about people's character, and character can't be used as evidence. So I'd really like to help figure out what the real story is, whatever it may be. What was the weird bit? What's this festival about next week? The sheriff said that there's a festival in town next week. What's that about? Oh, it's an annual thing. We have it every October. There's a fair on the market street. There's foods, rides. We get a lot of tourists from nearby states about that time. It's a good source of revenue for some of our smaller businesses here. Nice. So it's about money, of course. Rears its ugly head. That, of course, is less important in light of recent events. Not to you, Mayor. Good to hear you say that. Of course, we can't go around trying to wrap up cases based on our assumptions, whatever the situation may be. Maybe that's it with Watts. He just wants to keep the mayor happy. I mean, these people's lives that ended, and it's our job to figure out what's really happening. Okay, she's a little exasperated by the situation too. Good. She's with me. You can count me in during the investigation. I like it. Thanks. Okay, let's end the dialogue. Oh, no, we did all that, sorry. Yeah, I understand, yeah, good to hear you say that. Yeah, there's people's lives, yes. Yes. Thanks. End dialogue. Maybe the local police will let me do the job I've been sent to do. Smoke a cigarette. But I don't mean you. Detective, I know what you mean. Honestly speaking, Sheriff Harris is an asshole? Wow, that's dissent. Yeah, exactly. Don't get involved in that shit. I'm serious, he doesn't care about anything except running off home and taking it easy. Well, that possibly was the case. This case probably ruined his plans to relax and enjoy the festival week. I hate people like that. I thought they'd be excited, wouldn't they? Murder. Lieutenant Swat, though, he's really sweet. I know he comes across as a little obnoxious, but yes. Oh my god. Wow, that was someone standing in the road. It's like a child or something in the road. I saw her. She was right there. Oh, what? Why am I seeing her? Why am I thinking of her? What is this? What's going on here? So is he seeing children in the road? Seeing children? Who's her anyway? What's going on? Okay, let's head across here. Let's look at this. Tar, shovel. Wonder what Jack uses them for. Tar and shovel for tarring his roof or something. My poor car. That would be dangerous. What's that? It sure would. What would be dangerous? I don't know. Something. Let's talk to this man. Where are you going? You look kind of uncomfortable. Don't you need the car to be on a ramp or something? Nah, man, you worry too much. Okay. It should have a jack in it, shouldn't it? What's the issue with the car? Headlight and the bumper's gone. You'll need to have them replaced. So I guess I just sort of drove off the road. I'm going to have to check if I've got a replacement part so I can fix it. God damn it, it's like a horror movie starting. Your car gets broken, you can't leave town. They end up putting you in a wicker man. How long will it take you to fix it? Oh, about 3 months. A couple of days. I've seen this in the horror movies. 3 maybe, depending on how quickly I can get the parts. 3 goddamn days. Shouldn't take 4 days at the most. Oh boy. Hey dude, can you fetch my big red wrench? It should be in the toolbox outside. Yeah, why not? You're amazing, bud, thanks. Oh, where is it? It's over here. Oh, that's a nice look at that car. I think. Let's see what's in here. Big red bench. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Let's have a look at this thing. Ooh, what's the bag option? What a beauty. I wonder if it's Jack's. What else? Man, I'd love to, but I don't think Jack would appreciate me. That's like a use icon. What's the top one? Try and put it in your bag, basically. Can't do that. Can I look at this thing again? Can I take you the wrench? Won't let me back at it? No, it's a one-shot deal. Oh, look, you can run. Oh, whoa. What have we got here? Jack got us here in that. Oh, that's the vehicle. I think I'll wait for my car to be fixed. He said, okay, stop trying to use everything. Here is the... Hey, found that wrench yet? Yeah. Okay. Backpack. Yeah, that's it. I love this wrench. Thanks, bud. Ask about the convertible. That red convertible there, is that yours? Yeah, man, that's a 65 Mustang. I love that ride. I got it used for pretty cheap off a guy who couldn't take care of it anymore. Luckily, the car's got something that keeps it running like new. Wow. Now. A new engine? No, dude, it's got me. I spend all my free time on her, fixing her up and making sure she runs better than new. And I keep her happy by taking her on long, beautiful drives on the road outside town. Ask about construction stuff. Well, the tar and stuff. What do you use the tar and the shovel for? Unsettled him, that dude. I do a bit of construction work on the side sometimes, fixing up driveways and stuff for extra cash. Alright. Detective, you're here investigating Diane's murder, right? And Chris, yeah. Oh. Interesting. Everyone's got different angles. Do you have any information that could help us? I don't know about information, man. I just know that he did it. What do you mean? Chris, he killed her. Why do you say this? Everyone could see it coming. Again, the same line. Diane, they say she was troubled, scared of him even. No one knew them. It seems that no one knew them, but everyone could see it coming. It's weird. Someone in this town should have done something. We all knew this could have happened, but no one cared enough about them to bother interfering. Hey, how do you know all this? I don't know. Rumours around town mostly. Okay, so it's all useless. Did you know Chris and Diane well? Not really. Anyone here barely knew them. They were not the kind to come out and make friends. Yeah, we've heard all this. They still felt like outsiders to the rest of us. And what were you doing last night? Yeah, exactly. It got serious. Shit's got serious. Oh, right, I drove a couple of miles from here and drank a few beers while I enjoyed the view. At night? Yeah, the stars, man, you see. Was there anyone with you? Did you meet anyone? No, man, there's nothing like the pleasure of your own company sometimes. That sounds ominous. He's going dogging, isn't he? Alright, thanks for your help, Jack. We should be back if you have any more questions. Of course you will. What do you mean, Jack? For your car, man. Come back when it's fixed. He's skating on thin ice. You get way too serious, way too fast, man. Chill out. car. Let's speak to her, see what she's got to. Hope she's not hurt. Is she hurt? No, she's alright. Hey, hi. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, surprisingly. Apologise for the accident. I'm really sorry about the crash. I don't know what. It's alright, especially since we're okay. Something else worries me, though. What's that? What happened back there? How did we hit that tree? Let's be straight up with her, okay? I thought I saw something. What did you see? I'm going to say a person before I say a ghost, because I don't even know whether that's true. I thought I saw a person. That's kind of creepy. It is. Yeah. But are you okay otherwise? I mean, they all saw me fall over. So I don't know if this is a regular thing. No offence. No, that's okay. I know what you mean. I made the best impressions today, I must admit. Yeah, I mean, you collapsed back. Yeah, okay. Okay, yes, I did. At the crime scene too, and then this. Yeah, I don't know. I've been dizzy all day. Maybe I just need a nap. Yeah. That's all you need. Modern medicine is based around people having naps. Seeing this kind of stuff kind of bums me out. I'm just saying, if there's anything wrong, you can talk to me about it. Don't hesitate. Okay. Detective. Hi. Let's get over there. Run. Run. There we go. I'm not controlling him. Hi. He hasn't got a jack. Why hasn't he got a jack? Why hasn't he got a jack? What could he have done with a jack? How could that have been used? I'll drive to the next town for some spare parts. Want to drop me to the hotel or something? I'd like to take a walk around town first, actually. I called at the station. Everyone's trying to get me to the hotel. I called at the station from Jack's phone. A car is on the way. They'll drop us off at the Market Street and your luggage at the hotel. You take care now, dude, until we meet again. Interesting. I would have liked his car. I thought we were going to get his car. Here we are, the famous Pineview Market. Right. Okay. Why are we here? I'm kidding. Not much to see here, really, yet. Let's see if we can talk to some of the locals here. Alright, it isn't very busy at this time of day, but there should be a few people out here. Just let me know when you'd like to get back to the hotel. We can come back and talk to them another day. Okay. Fiction or non-fiction? Pineview books. What? Fiction. Non-fiction. Fiction for me. Okay. That was us two talking to each other. Which do you prefer? $4 p.m. Right. I like that. I like the way that time bar came in there. Normal town. Normal town. And try and lose her. Can't lose her. Hi. Hi. That's Mark. He runs this cafe. Okay, Mark. He's a pretty great guy. You're too kind, Officer Blunt. Let's talk to you, Mark. Hey, detective, have a seat. Do you want some tea or coffee? My cafe's extremely cosy and warm. No, that's all right, Come over here if you want a pint. Who's he? That shady character. Keep your unhealthy habits to yourself, Alan. Too much coffee's unhealthy too. Okay. Also, if you haven't noticed, he's already smoking a cigarette. Yeah, ignore him. He just likes to annoy me. Well, is he your... And yet I let it get to me. Is he your neighbour? Who is that? That's Alan, owner of the bar next door. Okay, and my brother. Right, fair enough. He's got a cafe and he's got a bar. Twin brother. Not that you know by the way we lived our lives. I don't know how we ended up as polar opposites. I know I got all the good stuff. Shoo, go away. How long have you lived in Pineview? Why not? I was born here. My family lived here for many years before that. We left for the city when I was about 10. My dad was looking for better work. I returned as soon as I graduated about 9 years back. I prefer the life here. Big cities aren't for me. Now it's just me, my books, and my coffee shop. Life is simple and I love it. Did Alan come with you? Yeah, did Alan also come with you at the same time? No, Alan, he only joined me here 5 years back. So he stayed in the city for 5 years. He had a bit of trouble in his old life and wanted a fresh start, right? Maybe he can tell you more about that. Everyone's keen to grass up each other, aren't you? Do you live alone? No, I'm married. Have been for about 6 years now. Met my wife in my own cafe, actually. Oh, it's a cute story. We were very happy for you, Mark. We're gonna get... Okay. Does Alan also live with you? No, but he lives close by. Was he in here last night? Yes, I think so. I didn't check or meet him though. More questions. Okay. Notice anything unusual? Anything out of the ordinary? No, can't I say everything's been pretty much the same as usual? What was the other one? Chris and Diane. Anyone know about? Did you see them often? Did they come in? Did you see Chris and Diane often? No, barely. A handful of times. They came into the cafe a few times, but that was in the early days when they first moved in. They wouldn't say much to anyone else here, mostly kept to themselves. Or could I say they didn't have eyes for anyone else? To put it bluntly, they looked very much in love. Really? Anything that stands out? Well, I kind of identify with Chris in a way. He sounds like he moved here for the peace of mind this place provides and start a small business. We're trying to get a hotel project off the ground here, from what I hear. He had trouble getting the project approved. Maybe Father Smith can tell us more about it. Maybe he can. He's involved in the planning committee. Okay. Interesting. Father Smith's name pop up again. We'll talk later. Enjoy your croissant, whatever you do. Okay, let's go. Go speak to you. No good brother. Hi. What's up, detective? He likes to talk from this side. Just the way he does it. Hi, Alan. Officer Blunt. Tell me about yourself. Can you tell me about yourself, Alan? Sure, if you talked to my brother already, you probably know I moved here 5 years ago. My wife left me, right, and I wanted to get away from it all. Thought I'd come here again after all these years and give this place another shot. You're looking really cool on the street there. Turns out it's just as bloody boring as when I was 10, okay. But it got me out of the place I began to hate even more, so it's important. It's an improvement, you know. And you get used to the pace eventually. Mark did me a big favour, giving me half his cafe to start a business in. Okay. Guess he's not too pleased with the business I chose to run though. Ha, he's a good guy. Ha! Where were you last night? Let's get to it. I'm sure Mark must have told you already I was at home. I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home instead. Is there anyone that can confirm this? Apart from Mark, I don't know, since I didn't leave home, no one saw me, you know? Okay, did you know Chris and Diane? No, not at all. The kind of person who minds his own business. I don't go interfering with people's affairs and their lives. What do you mean? I just don't go wasting my time getting to know people if there's no need for it. Well, okay, fair enough. You hip character. To me it looked like they preferred to mind their own business as well. So no, I didn't know them at all. We'll talk later. You're an interesting cat. We'll talk later. Okay. Okay, let's come on. We've got someone here. Outside the bread and biscuit. Grandpa's Bakery. That looks like Grandpa. Hi. Let's have a look. That's Grandpa, owner of Grandpa's Bakery. Is he your grandfather? Oh no, he isn't. Is his name Grandpa then? I don't really know, actually. Yeah. Okay then. Let's chat with Grandpa. Get round to our chatting angle. We'd like to look them in the eyes. Hello, Grandpa? I'm not your Grandpa. And your name is... Grandpa. Okay. Mr. Grandpa. I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. And I was wondering if I could ask Miss Brown. They're out on a date. All right. He's had his pills. And he's got... Yeah. But wondering isn't doing, is it? Too right. Just look at her. Oh, he's talking about her over there. Okay, that's far more appropriate. I think he's talking about my officer. Oh boy, she makes me feel 40 years younger, she does. Look at her. She does look like a fetching specimen. You're right. What do you want me to do? Humph, do you ever plan to grow up, Grandpa? Oh, she can hear us. Right. Any more growing up and I might just die. And I'm planning on doing that before I ask you out. He wants to diddle you with his grandpa penis. Goodness, unbelievable behaviour, such immaturity at this age. Well, I don't know, Grandpa. I think she's a hard sell, to be honest, mate. And you're better off, I don't know. You're deluded. Woohoo! Hey, look at him. There's life in the old dog, yeah. Anyway, you had questions, young man? Okay, so Grandma, I like Grandpa. How long have you lived in Pineview? Forever. My family's been here for generations. Guess I'm the last in the line now. My shop's been here for generations too, you know, and I've taken real good care of it. Oh, and she's taken real good care of me. Where were you last night? Oh, really? Around 12 a.m. Where do you think I was? In the hospital, sleeping. That's right, what else do you expect an old man to do that time of night? Yeah, it's a perfect alibi. Can anyone confirm this? No, I live alone. I think we can say Grandpa probably wasn't out cat-burning. Maybe he was. Have you noticed anything unusual, anything out of the ordinary in recent days? Now I think about it, I actually have. Okay. Mrs. Brown been tying her hair in a much tighter bun than you old cad. You know what that means? Is she softening up and trying to hide that fact? Oh, Grandpa, you notice these things. I mean, when I say it beautiful, I'm a passionate lover. Very passionate. Okay. Maybe you could get some work in some special films. Ruined it. Yeah, he did. I was talking about the possible murder. Did you notice anything unusual leading up to that? Oh, not much the same. Can't say I did. Okay. Do you live by yourself? Do you live by yourself? Sigh, yes I do. Kids left Pineview for the big city, too boring here, they say. It's been many years since the wife died, so I run this shop here by myself and I live down the street pretty close by. But that's all right, I've got friends here to keep me company. Officer Blunt pays me a visit every day, for instance. Does she now? It's always a pleasure to meet you, Grandpa. I bet she's there. Also, there's Mrs. Brown. She makes every day exciting. Please, God, give me strength. I like Mrs. Brown, actually. Oh, look how she flirts. About Chris and Diane? Can you tell me something about them? What can you tell me about Chris and Diane? When they first moved in, Chris would often come in the evening and buy some things. Okay. He'd come in daily, almost looked pretty cheerful too. Then a couple of minutes after that, he just stopped coming. The last few times he came, I could see that something wasn't right. Maybe trouble with his missus. I don't know. He and Diane went to the church maybe a handful of times. Again, the vicar's name comes up. Once or twice they came over here after for coffee and donuts. They were quite a couple, I tell you. He was the quiet and nonchalant one. She an exciting, electrifying energy. Wow. So they sound like everyone's describing them. A classic case of opposites attracting to each other. If people say it's true, I don't know how things went so wrong so fast. But then with these things you can never say. This was all about 4 or 5 months back. After that, I hardly ever saw them here again. So we started the business. I don't know. We're good. We'll talk later. Put your little Grandpa boner away, for God's sake. Yeah. Donuts sure do look good. They're the best in Pineview. Best damn donuts made with Grandpa's love and warmth. Want to buy some? Maybe later, thanks. I'm not your Grandpa. Okay, that's getting old, Grandpa. That gag. Let's come and speak to her. It's live wire. Hi, that's Mrs. Smith. Hi, Mrs. Smith. Hello, Mum. Get into my interview position. Who is it? Ah, you're that detective, aren't you? Come to ask about the murders. Something troubles you, boy. What is it? What do you mean? I know a troubled soul when I see one, detective. Ooh, see straight through me. But I understand you don't have time for such questions. That is good. Neither do I. Wow. I like her. Can she come with us? Now, what is it? How long have you lived here? How long have you lived here? I was born here. I've barely stepped outside Pineview in all my life. Right, a lot of people like that. Started this shop when I was about 25. Had to support myself once I lost my husband. Do you have family here? Johnny's the only family I've got. He's my grandson. Lost my husband in the war. I was about 25. You must have seen Johnny, right? Always running around taking photos with his camera. One of the policemen? His parents left him in a tough situation by making some stupid decisions in their lives, so I take care of him now. He's a good boy. Spends a lot of time helping his grandpa around the shop. Grandma. I'm getting older now too. Willpower and mental strength can only get you so far, you know. Time catches up with you eventually. Not that I lack any mental strength. I've single-handedly taken care of a lot here. You really have, Mrs. Brown. I really look up to you. Really? You're doing well, young lady. You're doing quite well for yourself. Well, really? Do I have to ask that? Where were you last night? I'm going to ask you. Where were you last night? Did you murder someone? I went to bed about 9 p.m. Did no one else hear the shot? It should have been loud enough. Johnny could probably confirm that. He was home too. I'm not going to ask. Chris, tell me about Chris and Diane. Mrs. Brown. Ah, those two doomed from the start. Really? See, completely contrasting. Why'd you say that? I told you I know a troubled soul when I see one, and those two, I've seen it so many times over the years, one can always tell. Others will tell you they were very much in love, but something wasn't right. I'm going to sneeze. But something wasn't right. I always felt that. And then when things really did start going wrong, everyone heard about it. Okay, we'll talk later. You take care too? Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's a very nice effect. That's a very big sun. Go up this hill. I like that. Ah, up to the church. Here we go. We've got a shooter. There he is. I like that. Okay, don't run off. Don't run off. Don't go anywhere. I've got questions for you, son. No, don't stop there. Get him, get him, get him. Father Smith. I like that. I like that big pan out there. Father Smith. He's getting into his... Ah, hello, Detective Anderson. Detective Anderson. New to the town, I assume. Yes, only just arrived. I wanted... That is good, that is good. Ah, and what do you think of Pineview? Do you like it here? It's peaceful. It's peaceful, I'll admit that. It is, isn't it? Apart from the murders. And everyone covering it up. You must enjoy your time here. The change of pace must feel good coming from the city. But then you must want to preserve this peace too, yes? Leave here without taking anything away from us. What? There is a way of life here. What? And I do my best to maintain that for the good of the people. The ones that are here are more than just a merry whim. Oh, so he's alluding to our murdered couple. Everyone said they were just sort of came here. They were temporary. Interesting. I see. Anyway, Detective, you had questions. Yeah. Did you murder everyone? Can you tell me about the hotel project? So I can't remember who it was, but someone said that this guy will know something about the hotel project. And as you're part of Pineview's planning committee, can you tell me what that was about exactly? Sure, Chris wanted to open a hotel here with about 20 rooms, so he didn't like that. Of course, he isn't going to like that. The plot thickens. Am I seeing something? So, newcomer comes into town, fly by night, wants to open a big hotel, tries to get planning permission. People don't like it. They don't want it. He just wants to keep it small in accordance with our bylaws, but even 20 was almost pushing it. These things always grow out of hand. Once the tourists start coming in, they'd see how untouched a place Pineview really is. Well, it's fair enough. It's good town planning. Demand would increase, and of course Chris wouldn't want to pass up on that opportunity to cash in on that. Regardless, we never got to that point. Chris always kept messing up his papers whenever he came in for approval. Do you think they just didn't let him pass? He kept trying to get papers passed, and they just kept saying they weren't right. The hell of paperwork. Maybe that affected his mood. He'd either misplace them or mess up some of the details. I guess the delays cost him money, so they just starved him, didn't they? That's my guess. They just kept sending it back. It kept costing him money, and just, yeah. Okay, and I think that's probably a good point to stop playing. I think we've done about 50 minutes, and I think I don't want to show it all. I want people to come and play it. So it's available on itch. It's for free. It's called Rainswept. And get yourselves over there and download it and finish off this mystery. Alright, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, hit the like button, or even better, subscribe. Alright, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.